The origins of Christmas, one of the most widely celebrated holidays in the world, are often debated. Some argue that Christians stole the holiday by approaching earlier pagan traditions and rebranding them as Christian significance. This claim is rooted in historical overlaps between pre-Christian winter festivals and the emergence of Christmas as a Christian holiday. However, the truth is more that it reflects a blending of traditions rather than an outright theft. But first, what do we mean by pagan? Living close to Avebury Stone Circle and spending a lot of time there over the years, it is a term I hear a lot of, which implies that this is how our ancestors worshipped at these ancient monuments, but we don't know what or how, or even if they did worship at these monuments. But they are also not wrong, because the basic meaning of pagan, its beliefs and activities which do not belong to any of the main organised religions of the world. It originates from the Latin paganus, meaning country dweller or villager, and was used by early Christians to describe those in rural areas who adhered to old traditions rather than converting to Christianity, which was more common in urban centres. Paganism is typically characterised with the worship directly towards multiple gods and goddesses, often connected to natural forces or celestial phenomena. Many pagan traditions are nature-based, emphasising the cycles of nature, such as solstices, equinoxes and lunar phases. While the term historically carried a negative connection due to its use by Christian authorities to describe non-believers, this perception was gradually shifted, so the term pagan covers a wide range of beliefs. Most Christians today probably can't imagine Christmas on any other day than December the 25th, but it wasn't always that way. In fact, for the first 3 centuries of Christianity's existence, Jesus Christ's birth wasn't celebrated at all. The religion's most significant holiday was Epiphany on January the 6th, also known as Three Kings Day. It is a special date for many Christians, as it's when people celebrate how a star, led by Magi, also known as 3 kings or the wise men, to visit the baby Jesus after he had been born. Epiphany comes from the Greek word meaning to reveal, as it is when the baby Jesus was revealed to the world. The first official mention of December the 25th as a holiday honouring Jesus' birth appeared in an early Roman calendar from AD 336. Long before Christianity, many cultures marked the winter solstice with festivals and rituals, which falls on the 21st or 22nd of December. These celebrations often centred around themes of light, renewal, and hope during the darkest days of the year. For example, the Roman festival dedicated to Saturn, god of agriculture, occurred in late December. It featured feasting, gift-giving, and social reversals where slaves and masters temporarily switched roles. Or Yule, celebrated in Northern Europe with feasting, burning of the Yule log, and honouring deities associated with sun's return. Of course, the winter solstice celebrations across cultures. The solstice symbolises the return of longer days, the promise of spring, celebrations often including lights, greenery, and communal gatherings. So what about the Christmas traditions? The history of the Christmas tree dates back to ancient times, with origins rooted in pagan traditions that revealed evergreen plants as symbols of life, fertility during the winter solstice. The modern Christmas tree tradition, however, began in the 16th century Germany, where Christians began decorating trees with candles and other ornaments to celebrate the holiday season. This practice spread across Europe, and by the 19th century it had reached England and America, largely popularised by Queen Victoria and Prince Albert, who were depicted in a famous illustration of the royal family gathered around a Christmas tree. Over time, the trees evolved into a symbol of family unity and festive cheer, with decorations becoming more elaborate, including lights, tinsel, and ornaments. Today, the Christmas tree is a cherished tradition in many cultures, symbolising the spirit of giving, joy, and togetherness during the holiday season. Santa Claus, a beloved figure associated with Christmas, is known for bringing joy and gifts to children around the world on Christmas Eve. His origins can be traced back to St. Nicholas, a 4th century Greek bishop famed for his generosity towards children. Over time, the legend of St. Nicholas merged with other European Christmas traditions, eventually evolving into the modern Santa Claus we recognise today. His jolly appearance, complete with a red suit, white beard, and sleigh pulled by reindeer, became solidified through poems like A Visit from St. Nicholas, and popularised by the 20th century advertising, particularly Coca-Cola. The history of Christmas gift-giving traces its roots back to ancient pagan traditions, where exchanging gifts during the winter solstice to mark the return of the sun. In early Christianity, gift-giving was more about charity and almsgiving, symbolising goodwill and kindness. The legend of St. Nicholas, known for his generosity, played a pivotal role in shaping the modern tradition. In the 19th century, Queen Victoria's reign and the Victorians' emphasis on family celebrations solidified the practice of exchanging gifts, and the commercialisation of Christmas during the Industrial Age made gift-giving a central part of the holiday. Today, Christmas gift-giving is a global tradition, influenced by historical figures, cultural practices, and modern consumerism, with families and friends exchanging presents as an expression of love and goodwill. The Yule log has its origins in ancient winter solstice celebrations, particularly in Europe. In pre-Christian times, the Yule log was a large, specifically selected log that was burnt in the hearth as part of the winter festivals, celebrating warmth, light, and the return of the sun. The tradition was rooted in Norse and Celtic customs, where the log was often chosen for its size, sometimes inscribed with symbols or offerings, to ensure good fortune for the coming year. Over time, the burning of the Yule log became intertwined with Christmas traditions. In medieval Europe, it was believed that the log should burn continuously throughout the night of Christmas Eve. Ashes from the Yule log were sometimes kept for luck or medicinal purposes. With the advent of modern times, the practice of burning an actual log declined, and it evolved into a popular tradition of the Yule log cake. The tradition of the Christmas stocking has its origins in European folklore, particularly tied to the legends of St. Nicholas. It is said that St. Nicholas secretly gave gold coins to a poor man with 3 daughters, who could not afford dowries. One version of the story suggests that the gold coins landed in the stockings the daughters had hung by the fireplace to dry, and this often cited as the origin of the custom of hanging stockings for gifts. By the 16th century, the practice of hanging stockings became widespread in Europe, especially in the Netherlands and England, where children placed stockings by the fire, hoping for gifts from St. Nicholas. By the 19th century, the image of Santa Claus, inspired by a visit from St. Nicholas, also known as the night before Christmas, popularised by the idea of Santa filling stockings with gifts. The custom became further enhanced in the holiday tradition, and stockings, once hung for small gifts like fruit and candy, began to hold a variety of presents, including toys and treats. Mistletoe has a rich and fascinating history, deeply rooted in ancient traditions. It was revered for its magical properties and seen as a symbol of life and fertility, often used in sacred rituals. The plant also holds a significance in Norse mythology, where it is linked to the tragic story of the god of Balder, after which mistletoe became associated with peace. The ancient Romans used mistletoe during their winter festival as a symbol of good luck and protection. Over time, mistletoe's connection to love and fertility became central in Christmas traditions, especially with the custom of kissing under the plant, which gained popularity in the 18th century England. Today, mistletoe continues to be a beloved part of Christmas celebration, symbolising love, peace, and festive cheer. The history of the Christmas feasting dates back centuries, evolving through blending of religious, cultural, and seasonal traditions. In medieval Europe, Christmas time was a communal celebration, where fasting during Advent ended with a grand feast. The wealthy enjoyed lavish banquets featuring roast meats, pastries, and spiced wines, while the poor often had simpler meals. Feasting on Christmas symbolised the joys of Christ's birth, with food serving as both a mark of abundance and a way to express gratitude. Over time, Christmas feasts became more widespread, incorporating religious dishes, sweets like Christmas pudding, and the now iconic turkey. Over centuries, Christmas has continued to evolve. During the Middle Ages, it became a time of community feasts, caroling, and religious observations. In the 19th century, writers like Charles Dickens helped shape Christmas as a family-centred, charitable holiday. Many modern Christmas traditions, such as Santa Claus, Christmas trees and stockings, have diverse origins, blending Christian, pagan, and secular influences. The claim that Christians stole Christmas oversimplifies a complex historical process. Rather than theft, Christmas represents a blending of traditions, shaped by cultural exchanges and reinterpretations. This allows Christianity to thrive within diverse culture contexts and contributed to the rich, multifaceted holiday we celebrate today. Instead of framing Christmas as stolen, it is more accurate to see it as a shaped legacy of human creativity and adaptation. The evolution of Christmas reflects a blend of religious innovation and cultural adaptation. While early Christians strategically aligned their celebrations with existing pagan festival, they infused the holiday with a new, distinct purpose, honouring the birth of Christ. Today, Christmas is a patchwork of influences, combining Christian theology, European folk traditions, and modern secular customs. Far from being stolen, it is a testament to the dynamic interplay of faith and culture throughout history. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. I truly appreciate every single one of you. Whether you're a viewer, subscriber, Patreon supporter and channel member, your continued encouragement and generosity means the world to me and allows me to keep creating content we are passionate about. I couldn't do this without you, and I am so grateful to have such an amazing community. Thank you for being part of this journey. And until the next time, stay safe.